something that's really exciting about the connection that I feel with Faye is that there's a lot that doesn't need to be explained. So we both have a certain amount of literacy in each other's culture and the generation of culture that we both come from because of our same age. That makes our conversations feel very comfortable for me right away. And we can dive into a level of conversation about stories about not just our own lives, but stories we've heard from the elders in our cultures and community, and find this meeting ground really quickly. There may be words and some Chinese that I need Faye to explain, but there's going to be a basic knowledge I'll have of what she's sharing with me, and vice versa. There might be some things in some of this old folk music that I have to explain to Faye, but she's really connecting to the music musically, and she's hearing the language as well and understanding. There's this thing about studying another language so intently in another country's music is you start to get it. You start to get it, why it's like that. And it's hard to express it in words, to verbalize it, but it's a feeling. It's a feeling. And so I think Faye and I both have this feeling of understanding, this knowing that's very basic to us communicating really easily about music in particular and about family. And I'll say that family is another connector for us. It's another piece that's brought our stories together because we started having babies at the same time. We both have 2 children, have both felt the hardships of life, and taking care of our parents. And there's a lot that is parallel and lines up. And so I feel like we can be there for each other in a way that it's hard to find in another friendship because of that shared, that shared space of understanding. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, yes, that's really what Abby said is has taken a huge part of our joint shared life experience. Because without that understanding, cultural understanding, and as a just friend, as our life stage, living through all these things, that's a gift of a kind of a connection that. I mean, any part of the world, someone who's from, Colombia or from South Korea and living through at this time without needing to explain, that's very. I think that's where the emotion comes from when we collaborate. That we don't need to kind of fake a sadness or fake a struggle. It's there. We're parallel at this like live doing this together. But for music, for our instruments, for my personal learning experience playing with Abby and the instrument banjo, I feel I have been able to actually jump out of the. I would say there's a chain that's kind of in a lot of trained musicians, either heart or brain, is that the, we've been trained or taught to think that we need to serve the instrument. Like whatever the instrument, like we will learn, the mode, the chord, and then this way and that way, and then if we don't play a faster tempo than this guitarist has done, then blah blah blah. There's a lot. Those are chains. They're handcuffs. So I think when I play with Abby, I have gone through that. I've had those struggles as a teenager, as a 20-year-old, that I'm gonna be the next blah blah blah, and then I'll beat all the tempo this faster. I'll be faster than you. I've done it. I feel like once we call it 心到手到手到心到 is when your heart is there. When your heart is there, your fingers are there. When your fingers are there, your heart is there. So they're at the same time. So no one is serving, no one is a servant of the instrument. Is what the instrument serves you and to match your imagination. So I feel it's really been a very lucky and blessed to me is that I've been able to jump out of that. That okay, my purpose of life is to praise the instrument. No, the instrument should praise me. No, well, not praise me, but it should be the other way. Because the musicians are living. The instrument has been that in history that way. But who defines the instrument as a new way is the musicians. So I think without jumping out of our comfort zone to see other perspectives and to redefine, to self-discover, I wouldn't have been able to see my instrument in a way that I couldn't have, when I was back in China.